7 o'clock, September 17th, 2025. I call tonight's meeting to order. Roll call.
Bennett. Leosa.
Here.
Mealy.
Here.
Sasso.
Here.
Skiara.
Here.
Woteki.
Present.
Matthews.
Here. Please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm going to do it different. Adequate notices meetings been provided by the annual schedule of regular meetings, herefore adopted and posted on public bulletin board at the municipal building, emailed to the Herald News, the Record, the Gazette, and all persons who requested the mailing as such since this, November 19, 2024. Before we begin, I want to extend our condolences and sympathies to the Bennett family. Councilman Bennett's wife, Tony, she was a wonderful lady. She will be missed. Unfortunately, she passed away last weekend, and our hearts and sympathies go out to the family. We also lost two other kind of borough family members. Ken Silvestri, who's been a fireman for 50-some years?
72, I heard.
73 years, and obviously Ken was also on many committees as well as different civic organizations. And we also lost Norm Kowalski, who was a borough employee, and our hearts and condolences go back out to the Silvestri family as well as the Kowalski family. Okay. Approval of the minutes. We have the regular meeting of September 3rd, 2005. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Woteki, second by Mealy. Any discussion? Roll call.
Woteki.
Yes.
Skiara.
Yes.
Sasso.
Yes.
Mealy.
Yes.
Leosa.
Abstain.
Matthews.
Yes. Public comment. Now open the meeting to the public. Anyone desires to be heard, please raise your hand to be recognized. Come forward to the microphone and state your name for the record. Seeing no one, I entertain a motion to close the public portion of the meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Woteki, second by Skiera. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Adoption of ordinances. We have none this evening. Old business. Dominic.
Joe, the trees on Lafayette Avenue haven't been planted yet. What's holding them up?
We were waiting until mid-September to mark them out, which we have at this point, and they'll be replanted during the fall planting
But they're
season.
dead.
Correct.
I was speaking to one of our former shade tree person, and they told me don't plant them because they're not going to grow. So, I mean, why take so long to plant them? I don't understand why they take so long.
As in, like, the original planting during the summer, or?
Well, the one that the contract for in Lafayette Avenue, the improvement. Why didn't they plant that? They've been sitting there for 3 weeks, 4 weeks already without being planted. They're over top of the grates, and that's it. That's different than the regular planting. This is the contractor who's doing Lafayette improvement. Who's responsible? I mean, is Boswell overseeing this project?
That's
Who's overseeing it, though?
the streetscape project.
Boswell's overseeing it. I mean, I know that Boswell has let them know that they have to be replaced. You know, I don't know what the expected time frame needs to be for them to replace them. At this time of year, they're going to be dormant anyway.
Yeah, but
Sure.
it's been that way all, in the summertime, that heat spell, nobody added water to the bags or anything, you know.
I know, and that's why they have to replace them.
They're gonna replace the ones that are there.
Yes, the ones that have died will be replaced
Okay,
at their cost, not our cost.
all right.
And they will be responsible, there's a maintenance bond for them to maintain them for the next 2 years. So, there will be once the project is closed out. So, you know, so that's what we have to hold over them.
Okay. Because, I mean, it's silly. That's just a waste. That's all I have, Frank.
Anne Marie.
So tacking on to Dominic's question, so these trees are, once they're planted, they're going to be shade trees. And then there are properties that also have other shade trees on them.
Right.
And there are questions from other property owners about those other shade trees. So a property now will have potentially 2 and 3 shade trees or more. Who do we direct those property owners to that may have questions? Because there's a little bit of a gray area, right? The new trees are,
The new trees are being planted as part of a contract with the engineer overseeing it. Any existing trees, if there are issues with them in terms of their condition, whatever, can be addressed to the Shade Tree Commission.
okay, so,
And the Shade Tree Commission will assume responsibilities for these trees once the 2-year maintenance bond that the contractor on the new trees, once that expires, then the Shade Tree Commission will oversee those as well.
There's 2 different projects. One
no,
is
I understand that, but,
Yeah, but that's, if it's along Lafayette Ave, you're gonna call the borough, or they're gonna contact, it's going through the contractor.
okay, thank you.
If it's on, by your house, that would be Shade Tree Commission.
No, but along Lafayette Avenue, there are properties that have shade trees also. So is there any latitude, can a property owner say, I don't want 3 trees that I have to take care of? So can they say that? I mean, is there any latitude on that?
The property
How do they
owners
handle
don't have to take care of the shade trees. The street trees are the responsibility of the Hawthorne Shade Tree Commission. For the case of new trees, it's after the expiration of the maintenance bond.
Listen, we love the canopy, don't get me wrong, but these are the questions that, are being asked, and I would, just want to have some information. Okay, thank you.
Rena?
I don't know if this is an old or a new. It's based on the minutes. Michael, it was about the fair share housing that we've been sued in the site. Do we have any timeline on briefing schedule or anything? You want to talk about that later?
I actually was going to give a report on it.
I'll defer there. Thank you.
Michael?
Not tonight.
Joe?
Yes, sir. I was informed 2 meetings ago that North 13th was going to be part of the paving project, North 1-3. I've seen no work, no prep work, no markouts, no nothing.
The contractor only began work, I think, last week, right, Joe? And they are starting on the other side of town, so they will get there, but it will.
We're positive North 13th, 1-3, is going to be paved.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that is all. The resident keeps asking, and she sees that work is being done other areas in the town, and is curious that she hasn't seen anything, and I will text her tonight. It's 100%. That's my microphone. It's messed up.
He was doing that last night.
It was doing it last night too?
I mean, the contractor can't work everywhere at once, and they've chosen to start on the other side of town.
As long as I can give her a 100% North 13th is being paved. Thank you. Wires hanging, any update?
It's in my report.
I defer. Abandoned bank on Lincoln Ave?
It's in my report.
I defer. Nothing else.
Was that new business?
Yes, sir. Only one.
Okay.
Should make Dom happy. Baseball, softball parking lot. I now see B&B is parking their trucks there, their employees' cars, and PSE&G is parking there. Do we have anyone else we're going to let park there?
Is that at Wag Field?
Yeah.
The
The
overflow. or-
overflow. WAG 4 lot.
There's right now 10 PSE&G trucks parked overnight there.
We gave permission for PSE&G to park there for the gas line work they're doing in that area of town.
And B&B?
You've complained about them parking there in the past.
But they're parking overnight, or they're just,
They can't all fit in the truck, so they follow the truck. The truck parks, they go get breakfast, they come back, they go into the garbage truck, and they go around town and leave their cars behind.
I don't know, I don't know what the problem is with that, but we can, if there are issues being created, we will certainly address that with B&B.
Has administration given them permission? They're just doing it?
I believe, I'll talk to Bill. Bill may have talked to them, but I will find out about permission. I don't see an issue with it as long as there's not a problem. So if they haven't been given permission, they.
So if I want to go on a trip and I want to park
This is
there,
our contract.
okay, just
This is not,
asking.
but we have allowed people who are going on trips to park in some of our lots, organizations.
Going down that rabbit
We-
hole.
We have done that,
Okay.
And-
No further questions.
Full parking lot.
yeah.
It's our lot. I just don't think it's commuter lot. And John Bertolo was always firm about the fact that we just don't let anybody just park in our lots.
And
It's not commuter parking. It's not company parking. It's not business parking. It's our lot. So when there's soccer and there's all those PSE&G trucks, where do the parents park?
I mean, there's all the regular WAG parking, and this is the overflow. If there gets to be an issue,
My point is, I guess it's okay in my eyes when it's not a sports season. It's a sports season.
we'll follow up to see if it's creating a problem for the people during the sports season. If it is, we'll have to figure out an alternative.
Thank you.
Michael,
No, no.
Raina,
Not tonight.
Anna Marie.
Not tonight.
Nope.
I'll keep it a perfect record then. We'll turn to the administrative agenda presented by Mayor Lane.
Thank you, Mr. President. This morning, I ordered the flags lowered to half-staff until Monday morning on our public buildings in honor of 3 esteemed members of our Hawthorne family who passed away this past weekend. Tony Bennett, Councilman Bruce Bennett's wife, Ken Silvestri, life member, firefighter in the Borough of Hawthorne, and Norman Kowalski, former borough employee. Tony Bennett was the beloved wife of Councilman Bruce Bennett. I was honored to know Tony over 25 years. To know Tony was to love her. Her smile lit up the room, her class, and her supportive love of Bruce, their wonderful family, and the borough of Hawthorne was paramount. She will be sadly missed. Our deepest condolences to Bruce, their children, their spouses, their grandchildren, and the entire Bennett family. Ken Silvestri, a lifelong resident of the borough and a member of the Hawthorne Fire Department for over 70 years, where he held many positions. He was also a past member of the Hawthorne Board of Adjustment, New Jersey State Trooper, and the Alcohol Beverage Control Senior Inspector. Ken was part of a fabric of Hawthorne and is his family, and he will be missed. Our condolences to the Silvestri family on their loss. Norman Kowalski was a past member of the Hawthorne Planning Board, and after his retirement, he was part of a part-time employee for the recycling center. His son Jeff, one of our DPW employees, preceded him. Our condolences to his daughter Karen and to the Kowalski family. The Borough family is saddened by these recent losses. We send our deepest condolence, and I ask that you please keep Tony, Kenny, and Norman and their families in your thoughts and prayers. Now some business of the borough. Business owners on zoning, building, and fire prevention officers have been alerted to illegal items pertaining to stores sold in some of our storefronts. The borough recently conducted an investigation into a local business found to be selling illegal and non-compliant items. Following a thorough review, appropriate enforcement action was then taken to ensure the health and safety of our community members and visitors. This business has relocated out of town. While the Borough of Hawthorne is committed to supporting and valuing our local businesses, public safety must remain a top priority. We encourage all our business owners to continue their positive contributions to our community by ensuring that all products and services offered are lawful and compliant with local, state, and federal regulations. Our goal is not to discourage business growth, but rather than to maintain a safe and welcoming environment for everyone who lives, works, and shops in Hawthorne. By working together, we can protect both the integrity of our local economy and the willingness of our residents and visitors. Residents, please be aware that it is illegal to have a basement or attic apartment. Our inspectors are out enforcing the law. There have been numerous recent complaints to our building department and zoning office regarding apartments in basements and attics throughout the borough. Please be aware that a finished attic or a finished basement requires certain permits. Apartments in either space are illegal. If you have a finished basement or a finished attic and you received appropriate permits, then there is no need for you to be concerned. If you did not, then I ask you to voluntarily get in touch with our building department. We are here to assist you, not to discourage you, and I certainly don't want anyone to get fined. Regarding the empty Valley Bank building on Lincoln Avenue between Harristown Road and Loretta Avenue and Frail Lawn, I have made a call to Kurt Peluso, Frail Lawn's borough manager, and he said that he said they have been issuing summonses to the property owner, and if the owner doesn't follow through and clean up the bank property, then Frail Lawn will take the reins and clean up the property. Do you need assistance paying your home utility bills? Residents, there is a free community event being held at the Passaic Boys and Girls Club on October 1st. I will have details in my Friday letter, and you can also look at our website under news for more details. Also, passport services will no longer be available through the county here in Hawthorne after October 1st. For more information, you can call the county clerk at 973-225-3690. I will have a flyer in my Friday letter. This weekend, we have a couple of events, the annual fishing derby and our first fall bird walk. Details will be on our website. On Monday, we started a celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, which runs September 15th to October 15th, with the raising of the Hispanic Heritage flag. Please join us on Saturday, October 4th to celebrate at 1 p.m. at the Borough Band Shell grounds. Please mark your calendars for the 16th Annual Hawthorne Day on Saturday, September 27th. It's being held at noon, and the end after the fireworks, which begin after dark. I hope to see everyone there. That concludes my report. I'll turn it over to our attorney, Michael Pasquale.
Thank you, Mayor. I do want to echo the comments by you and the council president. Sunday was rough. All of us learned of Tony's death. All of us learned of Kenny's death, and then we learned of Norman's. It was a rough day. Tony was just dynamo. It's hard to believe the power that resided in that tiny little body. But she, oh my God, and if you went drinking with her, man, it was a workout. She was tough, and she fought a great fight for a couple of years, and she's wonderful. In Kenny, we're a community of volunteers, but he's the gold standard. He really was the gold standard of all volunteers in our community, whether it was the fire department, St. Anthony's Church, the zoning board. You couldn't do anything in this town without touching something that Kenny was a part of. And he really would set a standard none of us will match. And condolences to all three families. On to more mundane things like affordable housing. We did have two challenges filed as to our affordable housing element of Fair Share Plan. One was filed by Fair Share Housing Corporation. I read through the entirety of it, including a report of David Kinsey. It's largely an academic exercise taking issue with some of the methodologies we employed. I don't frankly understand what they are looking to gain because Hawthorne remains a fully developed community And we, unlike other towns, took the active step of identifying properties likely to redevelop and did redevelopment studies, which other towns are far behind us in this regard. So we are prepared to address theirs. The other challenge was by Dugan Development. They are the contract purchasers or owners. That's not entirely clear of 1 Washington Avenue, the former Pan Chemical site. We, as a community, as a borough, decided it's time to redevelop that property and generously afforded a density to that property unlike any property we've ever done before. We really looked at trying to work with a developer to allow a developer to make a hard property, because it is a contaminated property, bring it back onto the rateable base. They want a density comparable to that which you would see in Manhattan, and a 6-story building and 81 units to an acre, which is lunacy. We agreed we would work with them to get a development comparable to that which Jerry Bedrin brought us at 204 Wagra, and fairly, he did a nice job with it. And after we did a lot of back and forth there, we got a product that we can live with. We're willing to do that with people, but we're not going to give away the store. And so we will hold the firm line. On October 1st, we have our first settlement conference. It's conducted by a retired judge named Stephen Hansberry. He sat in Morris County for years. Judge Brogan, unfortunately, is not continuing at this point. He's a very practical-minded guy, Judge Brogan, but he had a little health setback of recent times, so he's taken a breather. Christine Cafone is our special, well, not special master anymore, but she will continue to be in the role of the person trying to work with us to bring compliance. So October 1st is the first date. I'm in touch constantly with John Sabo, sent him a couple of memos this morning to try to make sure we're on the same page as we fight this fight. But trust me, we will continue to fight against overdevelopment and continue to work with people who want to bring something positive to the community. Other than that, I want to report one thing that happened last night, which was great. I went to the State of the Courts dinner in Passaic County, and Judge Filko, our assignment judge, spoke of all the different things that are going on in the county courts, including our struggles to move cases because we don't have enough judges. But the one division that shined was the municipal court division. And the leader of the municipal courts in this county, the whole county, is John Miola. The municipal courts in Passaic County had 416,000 cases filed in its 16 towns last year. They closed out 460,000, a 116% rate. They closed out more cases than they took in by a wide margin, wider than the state average by a long shot. So we have a fantastic court group between our judge, John Miola, our prosecutor, Elsbeth Crucis, and our court administrator, Nora Corey. We have a phenomenal team here, and all of you should be very proud of the work John has done countywide because he has achieved great things in the time he's been the presiding municipal court judge. So kudos to our friend John. He has done a great job, and again, all of Hawthorne should be very proud of his work. That concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you. And now I'll turn it over to our engineer, Joe Byrne.
Thank you, Mayor. The 2024-25 road program that covers 4th Avenue, Ethel, Annette, Frederick, Florence. Concrete work and road restoration on 4th Avenue between Van Winkle Avenue to Utter Avenue has been completed. The contractor expects to complete work along 4th Avenue this week and will then move on to Ethel, followed by Florence. The 2024-25 local aid project covering Hawthorne, Westerville, North Watchung, Grandview. Concrete work along Hawthorne Avenue south of Sylvester to Diamond Bridge has been completed, and all concrete work along the eastern side of Hawthorne Avenue has been completed. The contractor plans to come back next week and finish the western half of Hawthorne Avenue near Central. The Lafayette Streetscape Phase 3 project. The contractor came back today to begin finishing work with PSE&G scheduled to perform their inspections this Friday. Delivery of the light fixtures has been delayed to October by the supplier due to a component being out of stock, and installation of the lights will occur immediately upon receipt of the same. The trees to be removed and replaced have been assessed and have been marked out and will be replanted in the coming weeks. The PSE&G gas main service work. To date, PSE&G has installed and backfilled all of Hawthorne Avenue from Diamond Bridge to Washington Ave. The Wagner Place Trench has been milled and backfilled, and their crew has begun work on the Keith Court gas main. The Hawthorne Hockey Rink improvements. The contractor submitted their payment request for work. The manufacturer's delivery of materials was missing some material specifically related to the mounting of the scorekeeper's table. However, we're due to receive that this Friday, and it will be promptly installed. The Goffle Hill Road Emergency Water Main Replacement Project. Approximately 75% of the water main has been installed, with completion of the main work expected by the end of the week. The main will then be tested and put into service, at which point Delarica will return to transfer services to the new main and decommission the existing water main. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Joe. And now I'll turn it over to our administrator, Eric Maurer.
Thank you, Mayor. First, notes on several of the resolutions on the agenda. R-151 is for renewal of cybersecurity items for the police department and municipal networks provided through our contracted IT support firm of Pascack Data. R-152 authorizes the borough to join the North Jersey Wastewater Cooperative Pricing System in order to take advantage of large group pricing for items used by our DPW. The first item purchased will be new grinders for a main sewer pump station, for which a resolution will be submitted at an upcoming meeting. Resolution R-153 authorizes purchase of a vehicle for the fire department as funded in the 2025 budget. And R-154 awards a tree planting contract to SCJ Lawn Care, the low bidder on the project. Although we have never used them before, I've checked references, and they have a number of planting contracts for various municipalities in north and central New Jersey, from which they have received excellent references. I'll be setting up a meeting with that company, the Shade Tree Commission, and our arborist within the next week to see that the project gets kicked off right. The Ridgewood Council has approved the 10-year shared service agreement to buy water from us, which this council approved previously. We are in the process of rebilling with the new rates under that agreement. This agreement is important. We have received well over $1 million in revenue this year, although there will be some credits due to them based on the new rates, which will apply to payment for the rest of the year. The revenue received will be critical to helping us pay for the debt service on our PFAS treatment system, even though there will be a step down in Ridgewood's water use in 2026 and then 2027 as they complete their own PFAS treatment system. The agreement has minimum purchases required so that no matter what they do, they still have to purchase water from us, and on which we use some of the revenue to pay for our PFAS treatment system. All information required by the Morris County JIF has been provided to them for the 2026 renewal of our property, liability, and workers' compensation insurance. We won't actually know our payment amount for next year until the JIF adopts its budget in November. Dave Vaza, our insurance broker, is still waiting on a response from health insurance funds on alternative coverage and rates as compared to the New Jersey State Health Benefits Fund on the health benefits for our employees. I've requested a meeting of the IT committee to review the purchase of computer equipment to replace items that soon will no longer be supported by manufacturers and/or are unable to run the latest software. These items have been budgeted, but before we proceed with the purchase, I would like a review with the IT committee. With 5-year contracts about to expire, Jen Scully, DPW, and I have begun work on an RFP for acceptance of our recycling materials and on bid specs for our contracts for collection and hauling of garbage, recycling, yard waste, and leaves. We are considering some of the issues we've had with our haulers as we prepare those specs to try to deal with those going forward. DPW Director Bill Hafler and I will be meeting tomorrow with Frank Rossi of Boswell regarding the status of actions required under our stormwater permit to ensure we are under compliance. Bill and I will also be meeting next week with Superintendent Mignonelli of the Hawthorne Schools regarding the maintenance provisions under our hockey rink agreement, and we want to ensure that we're all on the same page moving forward. Budget preparation materials for 2026 will be distributed to departments within the next several days and due by end of October, and we will have departmental hearings, public hearings before the administration in November as we prepare to the next administrator and whoever's elected mayor will have information for preparing next year's budget. And finally, my condolences to Bruce and his family and the families of Kenny Silvestri and Norman Kowalski, all members of our extended Hawthorne Borough family. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Eric. Joe, a question for you. PS is coming back this Friday to do the inspections on Lafayette Avenue for the boxes.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, if everything passes, what's going to happen? When is the blacktop going to be removed and concrete put down so that the residents there and the business owners, don't have any more problems?
I was going to ask tonight, but they framed it out today.
Okay. All right, so they're
Yeah.
going to, are they going to wait till after, before they pour it, they're going to wait till after the inspection?
Yeah.
An apron.
Yes, the PSCNG has to do the inspection of the conduits and everything, so they'll wait to do the pouring until after the inspection
Okay.
occurs.
All right, and then the electricians are going to then mount all the equipment and start pulling wire and getting things hooked up?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. President, we'll answer any questions that the council may have.
Any questions for administration? Dominic, start your way.
Okay.
Anna Marie,
I'm okay.
Karina.
Question. Mayor, you said the passports are no longer going to be here? The county's not coming?
No, after October 1st.
But what's the reason?
They didn't give a reason that I know of. I can find out what the reason is, but
Yeah, because that was such a great benefit, because I've used it in the past
It was
in
great benefit.
renewing, of coming here to do the passport renewals. So,
I'll call tomorrow.
okay, that question. Wait, let me look at my note. The the request for information for the budget, for the recycling and garbage and yard waste, are you thinking about changing how many times we pick up the garbage or anything like that? Or are you doing the same services?
We're doing the same service. We're going to try to address some of the issues that have.
Early in the morning and
Reported
in the
things like that.
plugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
6 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Mike.
Thank you, Council President. I also would like to know why the county decided to discontinue the passport service. If it has to do with maybe not a lot of activity, maybe they could decide that, when we have inquiries, they can do it. So, but it is a nice service, and we'd like to see if we
It's a
could
great
keep-
service, and from what I could see, when they're here, there's people that continue to come in and get it.
Then I'm really curious. So, yeah, we'd like to
I'll
know.
find out when I
just
get the
let us-
answer. I'll copy to council.
Appreciate it. The second question I have is for Joe on the, not Mr. Not Councilman Watecki, our engineer. Joe, when they were replacing the water main on Golfville Road, we were concerned because it was a low flow and it's 6 inches. Did they yet find anything in the piece that's been replaced?
Not that I've been made aware of, but
Has anybody
I'll-
inquired about that? Because I know that was a big question we had.
Yeah, as I understand it, they won't, the old pipe is still is in use, so we haven't taken out the old pipe yet. They have to finish.
Just put the new pipe
They have to
in.
finish putting the new pipe in, test it, have that operational before they do anything with the old pipes.
Okay.
So, no, they wouldn't
It
have
would be
found any-
premature for that.
Yes.
But I would love
If-
to
if-
know.
If we knew, then we probably would have no service up at the upper end of the.
No, I didn't know where it was, but thank you for clearing. But I'm hoping that when we do the conversion over, we investigate to see why there was a low flow within that pipe. I know it was smaller and it's going to a larger circumference of 8 inches opposed to 6, but the flow was just low. So
I'll make a note that once the pipe's being decommissioned, that it's examined and the root cause of the issue is determined.
I appreciate it. If you can just share that with the council, that would be great. Thank you. That's all I have.
Joe?
I'm sorry if I missed it. If I could just ask, Mayor, I didn't hear you mention the wires hanging. You said you were going to give in your.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I spoke with Verizon, and I spoke with Optimum. One of the things is what we said last meeting. They have the loops and everything that are up higher. They have the big loops that are just hanging. The wires that are around the poles, most of that is Optimum. And the lady that I talked to said that they'll get to it when they get to it, because they're out there. They don't have enough people. They're out there servicing the new customers or existing customers, and it's the same answer that I got like maybe months ago.
All right, it doesn't look good for our community. I didn't know if we could just go have our DPW go along and just chop them off.
I don't
Doesn't
think
stop
so.
you.
Huh?
Doesn't stop you. I mean, I ripped out trees.
Yeah, all right. I'm not going to do that. All right, the next one is, I read an article today about the county is announcing shared service for fuel, bulk fuel at their areas. Have they presented anything to administration? Is that something you would consider?
I don't know of anything right now.
I haven't heard anything. If it's convenient and if it's, then we.
It says in the article that Prospect Park, West Milford, and Ringwood already enjoy utilizing the county's bulk purchase of fuel. It was either at cost plus 10% or at cost plus 15%. So if I could ask administration to look into it, if it's, because if we'd have to fuel up in, I don't know, West Milford, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
But if it was fuel up in Prospect Park, it might be something that we could enjoy.
Find out.
All right, thank you. That's it.
Okay, anything else, Mayor?
That concludes the report from administration, Mr. President.
Can I have a motion to record the administrative agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Scarra, second by Witecki. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Introduction of ordinances. We have none this evening. Resolutions, consent agenda 150-25 to 154-25. 150-25 is the Hawthorne Day Bandshell Artists. 151-25 is the contract renewal for Pascack HPD and Borough Licensing and Support. R 152-25 is to join the NJWCPS Cooperative Purchasing Network. R 153-25 is a purchase of a vehicle for the Hawthorne Fire Department for Gentilini Motors. R 154-25 is award of contract for the fall tree planting services to SJC Lawn Care. Have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Scarra, second by Leosa.
Question?
Questions?
I just want to confirm with Michael, I can't vote no on the Hawthorne Fire Department vehicle? I just want to confirm, I can't vote no.
Can't
then.
vote no, you
Okay.
can't vote yes, you can't vote anything. I saw what you did, though.
Roll call.
Leosa,
Yes.
Mealy,
Yes.
Sasso,
Yes.
Skiara,
Yes.
Woteki,
Abstain on 153-25, yes on all others.
Matthews.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Reports of special council committees. Joe?
The only thing I have is tomorrow is the Board of Health meeting. with a family member still in the hospital. I am not going to be able to make it. If anyone is interested in attending, I do apologize, Council President, but I got to think family first.
Not an issue.
Thank you.
Michael?
I'll just briefly mention a reminder about the Hispanic Heritage event on October 4th from 1 to 5 p.m. down at the band shell. We'll have food, music, and fun for the kiddies and families, so come on down, and I'll share more at the next meeting right before our event. That's it.
Rena?
Just want to thank everyone for coming out to the farmers market and the green fair last weekend. We had a great day, unlike the weekend before that it poured. So I just want to thank everyone who came out and supported us. Second is we're going to do Help the Hawthorne Bee Defeat Litter. This event was supposed to happen in June, but it rained both days. So we've moved it to Sunday, October 5th. And we're all worked out because we've added the Girl Scouts that are going to be out there with us at the 8 Acre Woods. So it's the commission, the green team, the Hawthorne Rotary Club, and the Borough of Hawthorne. So we'll be meeting at 10 o'clock at 8 Acre Woods, and then we'll be out throughout the town. So come on down. The first 20 people will get a grabber. Thanks.
What date was that?
October 5,
5.
Sunday.
Got it. Anna Marie?
Thank you. The Hawthorne Ambulance Corps would like to thank everyone who participated in their fish and chips fundraiser. I have to tell you, it was outstanding. They cooked every single order fresh for you. It was way more than what I would have thought. It was fantastic. They're also letting everyone know that November 1 will be their beefsteak held at the Boys and Girls Club. Tickets will be available this coming week, $75 each. You may get them from their website, hawthorneems.org. Kirsten or Jackie will be able to provide you with your tickets. Moving on, the Hawthorne Rotary Club's fantastic Taste of Hawthorne is this year, October 7th. You may obtain tickets through online. There's a little discount of $55 from the $60 at the door, or in person at Diamond Liquors, Manny, or Angela at Columbia Bank for $50. So you are motivated to obtain your tickets a variety of ways. Taste of Hawthorne is always a fantastic event, and that is the only fundraiser that the Rotary Club does to fund their scholarship program. So I encourage you to go if you enjoy it. It's a great event. And last but not least, Michael's words are always the most eloquent. I say ditto to you on the sympathies certainly to Bruce Bennett and his family on the loss, the great loss. Though she be little, she be fierce, Tony Bennett, and certainly Kenny Silvestri, the professional volunteer of our town, and the Kowalski family. My sympathies to all of them. Big loss this week. That concludes my report.
Anna Marie, what was the date on the Taste of Hawthorne?
October 7th,
Thank you.
Macalusos.
You selling tickets?
Sure.
Well, you were.
Dominic.
Yeah, of course. You can get it from me.
Okay. I had a couple things. Last night, the planning board met and approved an alteration at Diamond Liquors that will include a second floor for residential apartments, 2 of them, and a new facelift. So, just keeping you informed. Chamber of Commerce, obviously, as Anna said, the Taste of Hawthorne is the week of October 7th. The following week will be Restaurant Week. So if you liked what you tasted at Taste of Hawthorne, come and support the restaurants that are displaying there. 23? Yep. There'll be flyers up for that in the coming days. And finally, the Fishing Derby, which is the highlight of the year in town, will be from 8:30 to 11 this Saturday. Prizes are awarded in 3 categories. Most fish caught, heaviest fish, and longest fish. And there'll be 3 age groups for that. It's always the highlight of the year.
Frank Matthews weighs the fish.
I will weigh and measure any fish you catch. Little guppies don't count.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they've tried though. And that's all I have. Correspondence, we have C1, a new firefighter applicant, Gabriella Scannell to Tower 2. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mealy, second by Sasso. Any discussion? Roll call.
Woteki,
Abstain on the new fire.
Skiara.
Yes.
Sasso.
Yes.
Mealy.
Yes.
Leosa.
Yes.
Matthews.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Bills. Can I have a motion to approve the bills and forward them to the treasurer for payment?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Skiera, second by Leosa. Any discussion on them? Roll call.
Leosa.
Yes.
Mealy.
Yes.
Sasso.
Yes.
Skiara.
Yes.
Woteki.
Abstain on the fire department, yes on all others.
Matthews.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Public comment. I'll now open the meeting to the public. If anyone desires to be heard, please raise your hand to be recognized. Come forward to the microphone, state your name for the record. Reminder, there is a 5-minute rule. Now it is.
Ronald Vogel, 16 Horizon Terrace. I'm glad you guys brought up trees because I'm going to show you something. This happened 2 weeks ago when we had that decent rain. This is a 40-foot pear tree that I have in my yard. I have 5 of them. Okay? As you can see, there's no roots. You know why there's no roots? Because the water washed the roots out, and this is what happened. I have 2 80-foot oak trees in my yard. I have 5 more of these. How many trees, and God forbid something happens to me because I sit in my great room that I sit, and them trees are right there. If they fall on my house, what do I do? Where do I get relief? I've been coming here for 2 years. I got facts, not fiction. This right here is where it all started, and this derives from your building department. The engineer that owns this company deemed that these were insufficient. You've seen this before. When am I going to find some relief, Mayor? I pay $16,000 in taxes. I got people living, like 14 people living in one house down the street. There's 40, 50, 30 cars on that street. I come home at a decent hour, 10 o'clock, 10:30, and they're hanging out. I don't know these people. What do I got to do to find relief in this town? Because I've given you, you're the only one that's got that folder. I have all that paperwork ready to go. Where am I going to find my town to be responsible for what they did? This guy next door to me, matter of fact, that first one I showed you, this is the second set of plans. They mimic this one. So these would be unacceptable. And his landscaping permit, which he needed a building permit, because when you demolish, repair, or change a 4-foot wall, you need a construction permit. He didn't get one. He got a landscaper's permit. Somebody up there ain't doing their job.
Okay. Can I respond?
Can you look into that?
Frank,
Yeah, well-
let me respond,
Okay.
please. Ron, as I mentioned to you at the last meeting, also meetings before that, those permits and all of that was issued long before I was ever, wait, let me finish. Long before I was ever elected. So I had nothing to do with that at all. So with that, I don't know, it went to the Board of it went to the Construction Board of Appeals, okay? They didn't really do a ruling on it.
Right, you know
And,
why?
yeah, I know why. The inspector who was there apparently either got lost or got tied in traffic and was late.
Well, no, Mr. Pasquale told me he was on vacation. What is it?
No, I don't think he said that.
He did.
Well, and the other thing too is you're complaining about the neighbors down the street and other places in your area. The best thing is when you feel there's something going on, you could
I got enough on my plate.
call the police. Then don't, if you're not gonna call the police and the people are out there, then don't complain to us.
I can't bring that to the attention of
You
the
can,
mayor?
but we're not gonna do anything because it's after the fact. Call, if you gotta call the police as soon as whatever's happening in your block, that,
Across from them, called the
do you wanna,
numerous amount of times.
do you wanna talk or you want me to talk, sir?
Okay, again, here we go.
No, by both of us talking, nothing's going to get accomplished. If you have a problem, call the police. It doesn't do you any good to call me the next morning because everything is over. You got to call the police whenever you think something is going on at that time.
Okay, let me ask you this, Mayor. Do you remember when you called me at my house and told me that my neighbor did everything by the book? Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Okay, the book that you were reading apparently is the same one I'm reading. You have code of things, you have construction requirements, you have code officials. The code official, Peter asked him, he asked him if he's gonna sign off on this. He said, I'm not signing off, I ain't got no plans. So you know what, my wife is dying in a chair. You think I'm gonna go back and tell her that story? Of course not. I don't want her to fall down and leave this planet because of some crazy stuff that's going on here that implicates my property. If you come and take a look, Mayor, you will see that this application that this guy did is not the right type of installation. First of all, when he changed the contour of the property from a 45 to a 90, ask your engineer what they gotta do. Nothing was done. Nothing. I'm trying to do this the most logical way. And yes, you were just becoming mayor. And you remember when Mr. Goldberg introduced me at the Brownstone to you?
yes,
I enlightened you right then. I showed you pictures on my phone. Mr. Goldberg said, oh my God. And same thing with Frank. I'd go to vote. I said, I want to show you something. Everybody's an educated man here. What is so hard to see that somebody upstairs didn't do their diligence and it created this problem on my property?
the only thing I can answer to that is when I took office,
Pass the buck, is that what I'm
no,
hearing?
no, I didn't even say that. What do you,
that's what
don't
you
put
do.
words in my mouth, please. When I took office, I hired a new construction official and a new building subcode official. I don't know what happened before that because that was not under my power at that time.
You're right. He came there 3 times. 3 times when it was raining and saw what kind of effect that had. And he said, oh, that's runoff. But as you can see, it's slowly taken my property to 208. There was a fatality 3 years ago. I got a stream that if you put a boat in it, you can go right down to 208. Why can't anybody give me credence for the facts, not fiction? I don't make this stuff up, Mayor. I don't come here because I like to, it's because I need to. I bought a house in this town thinking I'm gonna have equity in the house and it's gonna be worth more down the road. I'm going backwards. Mr. Pasquale said he's got a lot of money tied up in that house. The money that I put in that house was 160 grand when I moved here. It created more tax abatement for use, and I kept it park-like property. And I do have almost an acre. I'm about that short of an acre. So when I gave you that paperwork,
Well, now that you mentioned the paperwork, you're referencing a zoning ordinance that was revised for major development in 2024. This is not for a single-family
it
residence.
says it,
prop-
one of those papers there, it says it.
I'm reading it to you,
Is
sir.
it a single residence or,
This is for major development. You don't qualify for major development. The highlighted sections that you have talks about additional impervious surfaces that are added. Impervious surfaces weren't added other than the 4-inch top of the wood wall. The third section you have highlighted says new impervious surfaces shall not cause adverse drainage. You're trying to apply an argument that doesn't work. Now, the whole purpose of the revision of this ordinance 2349-24 was to increase the amount of coverage that would need to be contained to be greater than what the revised EPA number was. That was the whole purpose of this ordinance.
did I?
And let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
You can't unring a bell. Do you agree?
So let me ask.
No, let me finish.
Okay.
Do you agree that you cannot unring a bell? The mayor is in charge of the employee that sits up there. He's not in charge of his license or his qualifications. The state is. So if he didn't do something right, it's the state of New Jersey that needs to be,
It's plain to see.
well, then take it to the state of New Jersey. The point is, that person's dead. He took his own life. He's gone. If a mistake was made or a permit was not issued that you think should be, there's no way to go back in time and have that done. So at this point, you say, all right, is it worse than it was before as far as the
Every
slopage?
time it rains.
There was a 45-degree angle from your backdoor neighbor to your property. Water flows downhill.
Right. and
It was still going to run, and it still does run from his
this.
property to.
Not like this, Frank, not like this.
I understand, but it's the same water coming from the upper property to your lower property. Now, if you were to put a wall up, it's going to slow down the stream velocity, and it may even contain some of it up on the upper lawn if it sits and absorbs. Now, I can guarantee you in the last 6 or 7 years, your tree canopy has gotten larger. Try and plant grass seed underneath the shade tree.
Nothing
It doesn't
grows.
work.
The water washes everything out, Frank.
But I know that. But if your tree canopy grows, it's also going to do that too. So time has not been your friend. And the wall that you're saying should have a permit to be reduced, if it's not over 4 foot, it was too high. You are absolutely right. But then the homeowner went and lowered it by 2 courses, and now it's like 3'8"
3'2"
or 3'2".
It's
You don't
still
need a-
above- It's still above their legal
No, it is not. 4 foot is the limit.
anything over, well, right.
No,
4 foot, anything over
4 foot
feet.
is anything that needs a structural permit. I know what I'm talking about. I'm an architect.
All right, so then he tells me that he's gonna do the job. I got a picture of a truck that's parked with a towel over its name, and he's got a backhoe in the yard. That's not the owner. That's a contractor. So
What-
he's got a plain landscaper's permit to and it's,
Yeah, but you-
I'll show you the.
You
the
can't
code.
go back and undo the permit that you said he
In other
needed.
words, Anybody, if I wanna put another apartment, another house on my property.
Now you're mixing apples and oranges. That's a whole different permit. It's a whole second.
Get the plans, get an architect, get a surveyor.
Mr.
These
Vogel,
things didn't happen. This
I-
did not happen.
I hate to say this, but I don't think you're going to get resolved here. And
You
I think
guys
if
are telling me you'll never have relief for me?
we don't do that, we write laws and provide
You
money.
guys are not liable for letting that guy do that?
We are not. So I would suggest if you think there's going to be another level, go to that level. Because you can come here every meeting, and I don't want to be not nice.
In this hardened, I came to this town 14 years ago. I had a harmonious relationship with this guy. We worked with each other. I gave stuff to his kids. He said to me, I'm gonna put a pool in. To this date, he doesn't have no pool. He did that to increase the length of his property so he can make his like the home, better homes and gardens. Look at his property.
Oh, I don't
look at
doubt that.
mine, And you're gonna say, and I'll show you pictures before and after. I've had him here before.
Mr. Vogel, I don't doubt that he increased his usable footprint by making it more level. But if anything, that took less velocity and water away from you.
In my head, you guys give more credence to Mr. Lopper than Mr. Vogel. That's what I see. And sooner or later, we're gonna all come to a wall. And then when we come to that wall, what I produce is fact, not fiction.
This is fiction. It
That is
doesn't
fiction.
apply,
That's
it does not
ordinance.
apply to your property.
It does.
No, it does
I
not.
gave you 3 other pieces there.
Yeah, it says impervious coverage. It says impervious coverage. That is not impervious coverage.
There that says,
Grass
any
is
water-
pervious.
Listen, any water that gets sent over to my neighbor, the neighbor's property is liable. Okay?
No, that you're incorrect. If you change your property and
Change it.
you make more water go over it,
He did.
he did not make more water. The same water is going over.
90, come on, I mean,
A 90 slows it down. Mr. Vogel, I think we're going to go in circles. If you think that you need to go to the next level, go there now.
Yeah, I have to make one comment if I may. Every meeting you come here, and by the end of your speech, you make threats. And I said to the council president 2 meetings ago, I don't appreciate the threats. I'm starting to feel that the threats are becoming a little bit more than just plain threats at the podium. So I would appreciate, because I'm gonna take it to the next level, when you come here and you threaten us.
I did not
You
threaten
need to
you.
take the
I did not threaten
action.
you.
Please
I
take
didn't
action,
say
but
anything
please take
disparaging.
this as my final warning before I ask the council president to take action against you.
Okay, I have to go on another route then. Have a nice day,
doesn't
everybody.
understand. You told him that it's not in our realm to handle this.
That's it.
Does anyone else wish to be heard? Seeing no one, I entertain a motion to close the public portion of the meeting. Motion
Second.
by Wadecki, second by Skier. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Our next meeting is October 1st, 2025 at 7 PM. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by Wadecki, second by Skier. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.